Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Arsenal Football Manager series and episode number 37. And today we take the annual season review. Yes, we have just finished our third season, so we're going to look at all the facts, all the figures, all the stats, everything that's going on in this save world right now. So if you've not seen the season finale from the last episodes, there are going to be massive amounts of spoilers in this episode. So I do suggest if you've not watched it, go back and check it out first, and then come back to this one. Now, as always, guys, if you do go on to enjoy the episode and you're enjoying the series, you're looking forward to Season 4, which will start in the next few days, drop a like on today's video. That would be massively appreciated. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. And one more thing is I need you guys to get in the comments on this video. And I need to, because I want to see where we need to improve this squad. Of course, spoiler alert, we did win the Premier League title, but we want more honours in Season 4. We're going for that Champions League. We need to push a little bit harder towards winning that Champions League. So I want to know from you guys in the comments whereabouts we need to improve. So let's start the usual end of season slideshow then. So it starts off by looking at the new arrivals. So these were the signings that we made during the end of last season and throughout this season. Only 5 players, of course. Joel van Leeuwenhoek, we brought him in and we sent him out on loan for the year. But aside from that, the 4 main players, Max Aarons, who we brought in for 43 million. Aaron Ramsdale cost us 54 million. I'd say that Ramsdale is now our number one. Luka Jovic, who of course, after taking a few games to settle in when we signed him in the January transfer window, he ended up probably winning us the league. And then Nikola Milinkovic, who we signed from Fiorentina for just 16 million, made 41 appearances for us. And all of the new signings, this is the most pleasing thing, every single one of them got above a 7. So really, really happy with that. There is that league table. The board, of course, just wanted us to qualify for the Europa League. They are very, very unambitious. Average home attendance, 59,223, so 97% full. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was our top scorer once again. I mean, I suspect that if Luka Jovic had been here for the full season, then he may have nicked that off him. Moments to remember. So our biggest win was 4-0 against Leicester. The match to remember, apparently, was the 2-0 victory that we had in Paris as we beat PSG by 2-0. We did also get 2 men sent off in that game. I remember it. It's a game that we covered. Goal of the season came from Dominic Szoboszlai against West Ham United. That was actually the second to last game of the season. What else have we got in here then? So club reputation still, we've got worldwide reputation. Good sponsorship deals. The top merchandise sales, we brought in 34 million. Hassim Aouar was the top shirt sold. Interestingly, Aubameyang's not on here, but we've got Saka, Jovic, Szoboszlai, and Icone as well. Icone didn't play as much this season. As we can see, we rotated the team a fair bit this season. However, our key players played a major role in how the season turned out. This was predominantly how we lined up over the season. Apart from maybe Luka Jovic, he only really covered the last few games. So that's pretty interesting. Maybe this is saying this is our best 11 based on the average ratings that we had. The accolades. So, what have we got here? So, fans player of the season was Aouar. Young player of the season was Aouar. Signing of the season was Aaron Ramsdale. Goal of the season, Szoboszlai. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, 16 goals in all competitions. Aouar got the most assists. He got the most man of the match awards. Average rating highest went to Hector Bellerin. Most passes completed per 90 minutes was Sandro Tonali. Average 51. So, incredible. There's that league table again, showing that we're the champions. Let's finish that off there. We'll jump back into having a look at some of our players and how they've got on this season. So this is our squad, currently sorted by position. Let's start off with looking at the goals. So, obviously, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, 16 goals. I think that was in all competitions. Yes, it was. His physicals are really starting to decline now. I don't want to sell him, to be honest, because he's only valued at 3.1 million. I'd like him to retire here. We've got plenty of money in the bank for next season. Actually, if we just have a quick look at that, our transfer budget for next season is 111 million. So if we decide to make a few sales from this squad, and bring some in, we can really push for that Champions League. But in all competitions, Aubameyang top goal scorer with 16. Dominic Szoboszlai got 10, which is really pleasing to see. 22 years old now. A couple of his mentals and physicals going down slightly, but I think that's because he was carrying an injury towards the end of the season. Luka Jovic, 9 in 15 starts. Excellent from him as well. Of course, he won us that title with the goal on the last day against Burnley. He's still only 25 years old. I think next season, Luka Jovic is going to be absolutely incredible for us, based on that form, what he showed in the last few games of this season. Bukayo Saka, 30 appearances. He got himself 9 goals and 7 assists. Martinelli as well also had a great year. Valued at 36 million now. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he gets on next season. And he's going to be really pushing to be number 1 on this left-hand side now. He made so many more appearances this season than what he did in any of the others. Of course, we start in 2021. We loaned him out to Montpellier. He played a few games, but this year he's really kicked on. I'm very happy with his efforts. Hossim Aouar got 8 goals. Nicolas Pepe 5. Hector Bellerin even getting 5 as well. And then a few of the other lads getting in on the act as well. Now this is interesting. I've just filtered now by assists. Obviously Aouar was the top. He got himself 9 assists across the season. Nobody even getting into double figures. Pepe even getting 8. 7 for Saka and Bellerin. 6 for Aubameyang and Szoboszlai. 5 for Akone. 5 for Sandro Tonali. And then 4s, 3s, 2s and 1s for the rest. So interesting to see. One thing that's really good to see is the amount of players that got over a 7 throughout the season. You know, Hector Bellerin was the best, 30 appearances, 7.26. That's absolutely insane. Hector Bellerin, 28 years old now, so he's got more seasons in him. He really has. We signed Max Aarons throughout pre-season, and both of these guys have done really well for us. I'm just trying to find Max Aarons on this list. He's not... Oh, there he is. He's second. So my 2 right-backs got the best average rating, which is incredible. It just shows that right-hand side of the field is absolutely fantastic for us. I think if we can get someone on the right wing that's consistent and that can support them, we're going to have an incredible side next season. So the average ratings, obviously really good as well. Most appearances, Gabriel... 46 appearances across the season. He played 34 of the 38 Premier League games, 7 in the Champions League. He's just absolutely... He's a solid defender, Gabriel, and he's definitely my number 1 centre-back at the moment. If you look at his progress, he's not declined, he's not improved. His form is always consistent. I just absolutely love him. And you wouldn't look at him, you wouldn't look at his attributes and say that he's an elite centre-back or anything like that. He's just very, very consistent, which is amazing to see. Milinkovic's centre-back partner got quite a lot as well in there. Sandro Tonali was a real mainstay for us. He started 30 of the 38 Premier League games, 6 in the Champions League, a couple in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup as well. So we've had some real consistent performers for us across this year. When I look down the list at some of the lower ones, some of the guys that didn't start, Joe Willock, of course, he's joining Bayer Leverkusen in pre-season, so we won't be seeing him next season, which is a little bit of a shame. Eddie Nketiah, we've never quite got him to really kick on. You know, he did come in and score a hat-trick in the FA Cup. Didn't get too many chances in the Premier League, mainly off the bench, so I do like Eddie. I really like Eddie Nketiah, but I don't know, I just feel as though we have better players. Rob Holding, I think we may see the last of Rob Holding. He'll probably leave in the summertime. He's still a solid defender, but he is maybe someone that I'll look to move out. Same with Martin de Roon. He's given us a few decent years, but he's now 32 years old. His physicals are beginning to decline a little bit, and he's been moaning about game time. Of course, we signed Martin de Roon in Season 1 for 13 million. And he played 30 games that season, but he's played less and less as the years have gone on. So he's probably somebody that we'll look to move out. Worth $6.5 million. He is wanted by Crystal Palace. So we'll see what happens with him. Aside from that, Saliba, I wish I could have kicked Saliba on a little bit more this year because I do see some potential in him. But he's just another one that hasn't quite made it through this season. Now, the other thing that I wanted to show you, and this is not something I show you enough, is just having a little overview of some of our youth players, because we've never had anyone that's really absolutely amazing in terms of like potential ability. We've got a few 4-star potentials. Stephen Eze, who's a young goalkeeper, looks as though he's coming on quite nicely. Kenny Randall, who's 15 years old, he is a left back. Again, he looks as though he's doing okay, but is he going to be Arsenal potential? Michael Taylor as well, who they're describing as a striker, but tends to play more on that left-hand side. There's not really too much in our youth system. As far as the under-23s are concerned, Joel van Leerop, who is now down to a 4-star, he's been out on loan a couple of times. He was out on loan at Philadelphia last season. He's still there as it stands, but he looks as though he's coming on pretty nicely. He may come in and he may get 1 or 2 games for us next season at left backs in the cups or something like that. We'll have to see. Now, of course, in the Premier League, let's have a little look at this and some of the domestic leagues that we've had. So, of course, we won the Championship with 83 points. Now, that's actually our lowest total that we've had. Interestingly, this has probably been our worst year in terms of performances, but it seems to have affected everybody, and everybody's kind of took a little bit of a downturn compared to previous seasons. The reason I say that is we finished on 83 points. Last season, we finished on 83 points and we finished second. Liverpool pipped us to the title that season. And in season 1, we got 3 points more, but we still didn't win the league. So it's interesting how that has gone this year, that a few teams have dipped and we've probably maintained, because we got the same amount of points last year. Let's say we maintained. We didn't get any better. We didn't get any worse. But it's actually won us the title this year, so other teams have dropped. Top goal scorers, Mo Salah, 24 goals. Lys Mousset from Sheffield United, who finished in 14th place. He's probably not kept them up, because they've stayed up by an absolute mile. But Lys Mousset, now valued at 36 million, 27 years old, got himself 20 goals this season. Mason Greenwood in third with 17 goals. Average rating, Thiago Almada for Liverpool, Bruno Fernandes and Kevin De Bruyne. Total assists, Jack Grealish, who's still at Aston Villa. How long's his contract? He's got 20... he's still got a few years left. He's signed an extension. Jack Grealish is someone that I'd maybe look at. Bruno Fernandes with 12 assists, Bernardo Silva with 10. Most player of the matches, Thiago Almada again. Clean sheets was Edison, Areola and Ospina. And then yellow cards, Nedelev, Bentaleb, and Samuel Umtiti, who's at Leicester City. So, interesting season. It really has been. I know that we had the World Cup that was in between, so maybe that's affected a few teams. I'm not quite sure. Now, what I'm going to do, because we're currently on the 22nd of May, I am going to cycle through to the 1st of June, which is when we'll also see things like the Champions League. We're going to have to go through to the 4th of June. Because Chelsea play Juventus in the Champions League final. So we'll move past those, and we want to see who wins the Europa League and all that good stuff as well. We'll look at some of the leagues in like Germany, Spain, Italy and France, and some of the other English leagues as well. Right then, so we've made it through to the 3rd of June. We should be able to see absolutely everything now. So let's have a look at domestically. In terms of the Carabao Cup, of course, we did end up in the final of that, but that was won by Liverpool by 2-1. I was absolutely gutted. That could have been our first chance at silverware. We could have had a double this year. The FA Cup was won by Manchester United. They beat Wolves in the final by 4-2. So very good result for them. It means that nobody's really dominated. So we've won the league. Man United have won the cup. Liverpool have won the Carabao Cup. Chelsea are in the final of the Champions League. I believe Man City were in the final of the Europa League, which we'll have a look at in a second. But the Champions League final was won by Chelsea. They beat Juventus on penalties, 2-2 in the final. So really good result for them. We've got English European champions for the 3rd season in a row. which is great to see in this save. English clubs absolutely dominating. If we look at Man City, because like I said, they were in the final of the Europa League. Let's have a little look at their schedule. And they beat Real Madrid in the final by 2-0, which was played in Budapest. So we've dominated Europe in terms of Europa League and Champions League. Everybody that's finished in the top 5 has won some kind of honour this season. So like I say, ourselves winning the Premier League, City the Europa League, United the FA Cup, Liverpool the Carabao Cup, and Chelsea the Champions League. So what that means for the league is that next season we're going to have 5 teams in the Champions League. So these top 5 all qualify for the Champions League. Aston Villa and West Ham will be in the Europa League. And then Everton will be in that other weird competition, the Europa League 2 or whatever it's called, for finishing 8th. Spurs missing out completely by 5 points. So an incredible season, like stat-wise, all round, really. Let's have a look at some more domestic leagues. So we've got ourselves that won the Premier League. The Championship, if we go to the league table, was won by West Brom. Bournemouth as well getting promoted, and then Brentford going up through the playoffs. In League 1, Accrington won in extra time against Charlton, so they get promoted from the playoff final. They'll go up with Luton and Peterborough. Wimbledon, Mansfield, Fleetwood and Cambridge getting relegated. And then in League 2, Walsall beat Bolton in the playoff final. Poor old Bolton still can't get themselves out of this division, even though they finished in 4th place, a point above Walsall. Bradford City, Harrogate and Barrow, Swindon and Tranmere all going down to non-league football. Now if we move on to some other countries, the Bundesliga was won by Borussia Dortmund for 2 seasons in a row now. Bayern second, Bayer Leverkusen, who of course Willock is joining from us, in 3rd, Hoffenheim in 4th, Werder Bremen and Dusseldorf relegated in that one. Schalke qualifying for the Europa League 2. They're obviously in the mud a little bit in real life, so good to see them doing well. And then over in Spain, La Liga was won by Barcelona for the 3rd season in a row. Real Madrid 2nd, Atletico Madrid 3rd. Sociedad coming in 4th to qualify for the Champions League. Valencia, Celta Vigo and Villarreal all qualifying for Europe as well. Valladolid, Vallecano and Mallorca all relegated in that one. And then over in Italy, Juventus, the struggle continues. The 3rd year in a row in this save. Inter Milan have gone and won the league. Napoli 2nd, Juve 3rd, Milan 4th, Roma, Fiorentina and Torino and Lazio all qualifying for Europe. And then we've got the 3 relegations in there as well. And then finally in France, the streak has been broken. PSG did not win Ligue 1. It was won by Olympique Lyon, Monaco in 2nd, PSG in 3rd. They were well off the pace this season, losing 7 games. Marseille and Rennes and Lille also qualifying for Europe, and then we've got the relegations in there as well. So interesting things going on around Europe and around the world at the end of Season 3. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how things go for us next season. I think that with a few signings, we can really push this team towards that Europa Champions League, towards the UEFA Champions League. Now, Season 4 will be the last season in this save. I do want to move on to something else, although I am enjoying this incredibly. I want to kind of go a little bit wild with the money that we've got. 111 million plus some sales. Let's try and build for one final season to win a Champions League at Arsenal. But that will end today's episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this roundup. We'll be back on, it'll be either Monday or Tuesday for the start of Season 4. I'm sure you can appreciate it takes a little bit of time to cycle through pre-season, find the players that you want. Plus, I want your feedback as well. So Monday or Tuesday, usual time of 6 p.m, will be the Season 4 transfer special for the start of that year. I'm really looking forward to it. Hope you are as well. Drop a like on today's video. Like I said, guys, if you've enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.